Welcome to Time for Tots. Our story today is 3 Hens and a Peacock by Lester L. Laminack. See, there's 3 hens and there's the peacock. Things were quiet on the Tuckers' farm. The cows, which are over here, chewed their cud. And there's some hens. The hens clucked and pecked and laid their eggs. The old hound, and that's the dog, stretched out on the porch, watching and listening. Once in a while, someone would stop to buy tomatoes or corn. See, here they have a little stand with tomatoes and stuff for sale. To buy tomatoes or corn, perhaps a quart of milk. Nothing unusual happened there until, and look, there's a red truck, and his back doors are open, and look, this box fell out. I wonder what's going to happen. Look what came out of the box. It's a peacock. The cows and the hens and the old hound kept right on doing what they'd always done. So see, there's the dog lying there. There's the hens clucking away. There's the cows chewing their cud. But that peacock had never lived on a farm. He had no idea what to do. So he spread his fancy feathers and set to shrieking. Eventually, the peacock wandered down the road. When cars whizzed by, there he is, he shook his feathers and cried out in his loudest voice. Of course, folks stopped for a closer look. See, look at all the cars, and somebody's taking a picture with his camera. Day after day, more folks stopped to admire the peacock, and they all bought tomatoes and corn, eggs, and milk. Business on the Tuckers' farm was booming. Everyone seemed happy to have visitors stopping by. But trouble was brewing in the hen house. The hens were squawking and clucking and flapping their wings. We do all the work around here. I'd like to see that peacock lay one single egg. Exactly. He just struts around screaming. I suppose fancy feathers are more important than laying eggs. That lazy peacock gets all the attention and we do all the work. And look who's outside the hen house listening. You can hear what they're saying through the window. The peacock heard every word. For days, he moped about, moaning and groaning. I wish I could be more useful around here. Clucked one hen. The others ruffled their feathers. The old hound stretched and slowly raised his head. Why not let the peacock stay here to be useful while you hens take the glamorous job down by the road? The hens began clucking to one another. What a wonderful plan! Yes, it's a fabulous idea. Oh, ladies, we simply must fancy up our feathers tonight, and nothing but our brightest beads, bangles, and bows. We'll stop the traffic for sure. Why, you girls know I can strut with the best of them. The peacock perked up. Let's do it, he declared. Tomorrow I'll stay here, sit on a nest, and cluck. And we'll get all gussied up. Gussied means dressed up, said the hens. We'll be so glamorous. At sunrise the next morning, the hens strutted down the road, and look at them. They've got bows in their hair and they've got necklaces. They're all dressed up. And there's the peacock. He marched right up to the hen house and poked his head inside. The hens flocked by the road waiting for a car. When they saw one approaching, they clucked and squawked and flapped their wings in a flurry of feathers. But every car whizzed right on by. The peacock sucked in his tummy and wiggled from the left to right, trying to squeeze through the tiny hen house door. His front half was in, his back half was out. Down by the road, those hens tried every chicken trick they knew. Still, no cars stopped. So here, they're even piling on top of each other to be taller. Finally, the peacock made it into the hen house. He held his breath and pushed with all his might, but no matter how hard he tried, he could not lay a single egg. Not one. The old hound stretched out on the porch, watching and listening. "What's that peacock doing in the hen house?" asked Farmer Tucker. "Who knows?" said Mrs. Tucker. "And what are those hens doing down by the road? Not a one of them is up here laying eggs." And here's the hen house, and there you can see the peacock's tail sticking out. And way over here, by the mailbox where the road goes, there are the 3 hens. "Well, the way things are going, we aren't likely to have anyone buying eggs today," said Farmer Tucker. "We need that peacock down there stopping cars." When the peacock heard that, he smiled the biggest smile you ever saw on a bird's beak. "I am helping," he thought. He squirmed back and forth until he popped out of the cramped hen house. Then he trotted off to find the hens. Look at the hens. They look all tired out. They were all clucked out. Every feather was out of place. What a day! We couldn't get one car to stop. It's true. Why, most of them didn't even slow down, and there goes another car whizzing by. The peacock met the hens as they trudged up the road. "I can tell you I'm no good at laying eggs," he said. "I'm just not meant for it." One hen nodded. "I put on my stellar strut, and even I couldn't stop a single car," she said. "I have to hand it to you, Fancy Feathers. Your job is harder than it looks." The other hens agreed. The peacock looked relieved. So the hens marched back to the hen house. The peacock strutted down the road. The old hound stretched out on the porch watching and listening. And things were quiet again on the Tuckers' farm. So I thought we might like to make a peacock. I made 2. This is what they look like. So his body is a toilet paper roll. As you can see, it's just all round. And this one here, I took a blue dauber and I just colored him all blue with it. And if you don't have one of these, for this one here, I just took a blue strip of construction paper and wrapped it with construction paper. And then I took, for this one I took a little bit of, I took a white triangle, and this one I took a yellow triangle, and I glued that on for his beak. And then I had 2 googly eyes. And then I made a little top knot for this one in blue. So for the top knot, I just took a little piece of construction paper, and then I cut it in tiny little strips. And then I bent them back and forth to make his top knot. And then I'm going to take a piece of tape, and I'm just going to tape that inside. So there's this little top knot. And then for his tail feathers, I just had some paint strips. I took some blues and some oranges for this one. This one is just blues and turquoise. And I cut them down 2 lengths. And then for this one, I just took 3 and I stapled them on the back. And then I found he was a little top heavy, so I just put a little bit of sticky tack in here to weigh him down, but you could use a bit of Play-Doh. For this one, I took 2 of these little binder clips and I clipped them on the front for feet. And that weighed him down enough so that he could stand. So now I have 2 peacocks with beautiful tails. Thank you. Have fun making a peacock.